recording. All right. So basically, we're going to look at sugar and carbohydrates today. That's what we're looking at. All right. Today, we're going to look at Anne's story. She's a trainer that participated in a program back in 2014. And let's see what happened with Anne. Do you really think she thought, you know, that she could really, that it's, do you think that we could
It's on. It's on. I got it on. But I can't hear her now. I can hear her something. She coming in and out. Okay. Something must be wrong with her Wi-Fi.
All right. So what we're gonna, if you can mute, please mute your devices. Please mute your devices. I'm just gonna have to mute. Okay. So today we're looking at sugar. And is it sweet? Is sweet?
Hello?
A danger.
Yes.
Advice. Thank you. Where does sugar come from? We're going to look at that. From sugarcane, of course. That's where sugar comes from. All right. Only the first at then, if you notice, it becomes a processed chemical. So sugar comes from sugarcane and then it's processed via using chemicals to change the color. Now, I don't know why they did that, but let's find out what happened along the way. Dr. David Rubin, author of Everything You Always Want to Know About Nutrition, says white refined sugar is not a food. It is a pure chemical extracted from plant sources, purer in fact than cocaine, which it resembles in many ways. Its true name is sucrose. That's the true name of white sugar. According to brain scans, sugar is as addictive as cocaine, and it's very true. Okay, refining means to make pure by a process of extraction or separation. Sugars are refined by taking a natural food which contains a high percentage of sugar and then removing all elements of that food until only the sugar remains. Okay, during the refining process, 64 food elements are destroyed. All the potassium, magnesium, calcium, iron, manganese, phosphate, sulfate are removed. The A, D, and B vitamins are destroyed. Okay. So is sweet sugar, is it pure? Let's find out. No. They're saying that the vitamins B1, B2, and B3 and C, it's actually taken out of that sugar process. And the body requires nutriment to metabolize the body. The body pulls from bones, tissues, and muscles. So we need these nutrients, but yet they're being removed out of refined sugar. Okay, we have minerals and other nutrition like calcium that's also being taken out of the sugar once it's refined. Sweet, for example, we go through what is called eating binges, which lacks in nutrition, and it acts for nutrition deficient diet. So once we start craving that sugar, that's where we become addicted to it. Okay. Sweet danger, poison. It has nothing to do with its calories. Sugar is a poison by itself when consumed at high dosage. And that's from Robert Lustig, an endocrinologist. they're saying stay away from it. Because sugary foods often replace more healthful foods, diets high in sugar are almost certainly contributing to osteoporosis, cancer, and heart disease. And that's coming from Marion Nettles, a PhD at the New York University. So sugar, back in the 1800s, the average family really took in no more than 10 pounds of sugar per year. That's in the 1800s. Okay, today, let's find out what the average family. Okay, today, 152 pounds per year. That's what the average family is taking in. When we take a family photo, we can see the difference. If we go back, let's go back and look. Look at the size of these people versus this size. You see the difference from 10 pounds to 152 pounds per year. Americans eat too much and exercise too little because they're addicted to sugar, but also initial sugar rush also saps their energy, beaching them on the couch. Okay. So, sugar, when we're sitting there watching TV, is not because TV is good, but it's because we have no energy to exercise because you're eating too much sugar. And there are days when I'm just don't have enough energy and I just want to sit there and do just what he's doing here, watching TV. All right, so they're saying we have to learn when we're grocery shopping, we all to learn to read the labels, sugar on the food labels. How many grams of sugar in 1 teaspoon? Teaspoons of sugar in 1 serving. We need to know all these things. When we pick a bottle of juices in the supermarket, do we look at the labels of how much sugar is in that bottle juice? Look at this one. They're saying that this particular one, food is showing that it has 24 grams of sugar. And they're saying that the American is eating no more than 9 teaspoons added sugar daily for men and 6 teaspoons per day for women of sugar. So they're saying 4 grams of sugar equals 1 teaspoon. So if you put 2 teaspoons of sugar in our tea or coffee, then we're taking in 8 grams of sugar. 6 teaspoons. So 24 grams of sugar equals 6 teaspoons. American gets a whopping 22% of their calories from sugar. Americans are swallowing 22 teaspoons of sugar each day, and it's time to cut way back. Kids ages 14 to 18 consume 34 teaspoons of sugar daily. Look at this look at these kids. Obesity. Okay, the rate of obesity comes associated with disease. All right, so let's look at this. So with 4 grams equaling 1 teaspoon, if we were to eat a Snickers bar, that chocolate bar Snickers, it has 5 3/4 teaspoons. And for our daily, if we took that in, we'll have our daily 58% of what we should be taking in per day, just from 1 Snickers. So if we eat a Snickers a day, we're more than half of what of the sugar intake we should take in. Tasty KK honey bun, 6 teaspoons of sugar, 60 of our daily intake. Low-fat fruit flavored yogurt, 8 ounces, 7 teaspoons of sugar, 70% of our daily intake. And that Eatman's chocolate fudge cake, 3-ounce serving, we're having 8.5 teaspoons of sugar, and that's about 85 of what we should be taking in per day. So if we eat a slice of that, we've almost taken in most of the daily, what our body should really have. A can of Pepsi, 12 ounces, 10 1/4 now. When you drink a can of Pepsi, do you really know that you're actually taking in 10 teaspoons of sugar? Look how much it's over what our daily intake. 1 12-ounce can of Pepsi, pancake syrup, 10 teaspoons of sugar. Sunkist orange soda, 12-ounce, 13. That's even higher than the Pepsi. Look at how much sugar. Oh my goodness. All right, McDonald's McFlurry with butter fingers, 13 teaspoons of sugar plus. Strawberry Passion Awareness Fruitopia, 17 3/4 of teaspoons of sugar, way, way above what we should be taking in. And Dairy Queen Mr. Misty Slush, 28 teaspoons, 280. Wait, that's almost 3 times what we should be taking in per day. So sweet, so sugar danger? Yes, it is toxic. Refined white sugar is treated as a toxic foreign agent by the immune system. Do you keep that in your house? All right, so the effectiveness of the immune system is what we're going to look at. Here we have the number of white blood cells that the immune system can fight. Let's find out. Then we have the number of the bacteria destroyed by the WBC. Let's see. For the amount of sugar eaten at one time in 1 teaspoon, or in 6 in one soft drink, we have 12 or 1 slice of pie we can eat. We have here 18 one slice of cake. So what I'm showing here is the amount of sugar I'm showing so far. And then over here, what I have now on the right side is the number of bacteria that is being destroyed. The number of bacteria destroyed by any one WBC. So let's find out. So 0 sugar, 14. For 1 soft drink, 10 is being destroyed. For 1 slice of pie, 5 1/2. For 1 slice of cake, 2, and for banana split, 1. Let's see where this is taking us. So sugar saps the energy of our immune system. So every time we take in sugar, this is what it's doing. It's destroying what we need to keep our immune system in good shape. It's breaking it down. It also attacks our mental and emotional health. So how does sugar affect our mental and emotional health? It attacks it. Okay. All right. So consider vitamin B1. Okay. Sugar needs to be properly metabolized. Okay. Incomplete processing of sugar occurs when the vitamin B1 stores are used up. causing the byproduct of pyruvic acid to be produced, which irritates and damages the nerve system. All right, so over here now we have mental and emotional disorder related to the intake of sugars. Here's all what happens: irritability, an increase of increase of undependability. We have manic depressive tendencies. We have frequent bouts of depression, difficult concentrating, forgetfulness, lack of motivation, emotional outburst, loss of enthusiasm for plans and projects, inconsistency in thoughts and actions, personality changes, irrational thoughts, and eating disorder. These are all the things it does to our mental health. There's a big source of sugar in the diet. It says studies have shown that if you drink 2 cans of soda daily, it packs 35 to 40 pounds of fat yearly. So naturally, you would think that switching to diet soda might do the trick, right? Well, I don't know about that. Let's find out. Wrong. Okay, so how would that be wrong? How would a diet soda pack fat on our body? Is it 0?
Because it's got sugar in it.
It's got 0 calories. It actually says 0 calories. Let's find out. So diet drinks, contrary to the popular belief, studies have found that artificial sweetener such as aspartame can stimulate your appetite, increase carbohydrate cravings, stimulate fat storage, and weight gain. That's by Dr. Joseph Marcola. They're saying that 0-calorie diet drinks are causing weight gain. So we need to rethink our diet drinks.
Yeah, because you're hungry.
It stimulates your appetite. So how does that happen? Let's find out. How can a 0 Pepsi cause weight gain? All right, first, the release of insulin by Dr. Barry Sears. When you drink a diet drink, chemicals sent to the pancreas senses something sweet is coming. No sugar comes, okay? The blood sugar drops. You become weak and shaky and hungry. And diet drinks add to the obesity. All right. So diet drinks give them the right. If you drink diet drinks, does it give you the right to eat more food?
No.
Okay. So basically, what happens with our blood sugar when I drink a regular soda? At first, I have lots of energy.
Yeah, but then you get
2 chemicals. What do I get? I get sugar and I get caffeine at that peak, right? That's when I drink a regular diet Pepsi. I mean, regular Pepsi.
you get a drop.
So what happens? You get a high, you go up, and it does happen. It happens to me. And then all of a sudden, it drops. It peaks and then it drops. All the way.
Don't I know?
Right. If I add a candy to it, it peaks and then it drops again. Add another can of soda, it peaks. Then I might want to have a muffin on top of that. Again, it will peak and then, all right, so this is what happens. It is not healthy. This is not a healthy way to live, right? It's a mad cycle. First, you need that, you have that sugar food, then you get this burst of energy, then you get weak again, then you go back again. And I have found myself like this, especially if I don't have enough sleep the night before, then I start looking for something like Coke or Pepsi to get me that high, to get me through the day. And the more I drink that, is the more, okay, yeah, I get a high for a moment, but then I get weak again. And then I go back and I drink another can of Pepsi or eat something sweet or a candy bar, then I get another high, and I'm in a vicious cycle. Most people eat too much sugar than their bodies can possibly use for energy. So why
I
does the
know
body
I
do it with extra sugar? So what does the body do with that extra sugar? What does the body do?
Fat.
Okay.
Mm.
According to Otto Warburg, PhD of 1931, a Nobel Prize winner, he said that cancer cells need 4 to 5 times more sugar than normal cells. The cancer cells love acidic environment. It loves it.
Oh,
And
Yes,
in
ma'am.
contrast, the CT scan with a contrast dye, this is what you're seeing here. It's the glucose that, let's find out what is going on here. So Dr. Keith Connors at Children's Hospital in Washington, D.C. says, a deadly link was established between the consumption of sugar with carbohydrates such as breakfast, cereal, cake, and biscuits. What happens when these kids take in this stuff? You get violent behavior, you have hypertension, and you have learning impediments. That's why if you have your grandkids over and you give them sweets, notice what happens next. Okay, with all of the bad effects of eating sugar, we are left with one significant question. Why do we still eat it?
Because it
Why?
tastes good.
Yeah, because it's addictive. Now, the sugar industry has the largest advertising budget in the world, amid young people, of course. Yep, addiction, fatigue, depression, moodiness, headaches, and aching limbs.
Every one of them is true.
Mhm. How can I stop the addiction? How can we do that?
Stop eating the sugar.
Retrain your taste buds, they say. You got to retrain it. You have to change it. We should choose to eat it, and then we will learn to like it. In other words, for example, for me to switch from having my tea without sugar, after having it with sugar all my life, I have to make that transition. And then after I've made the transition, then I'll begin to enjoy the tea, but initially it will not happen. Okay, I need to fill up with fiber. Fiber helps. Get more exercise. Increase my metabolism, more energy, a sense of well-being, decrease the insulin resistance, and beneficial changes in hormones. Now, let's skip the healthy sugars. Let's look at, and notice we have 3 different, we have brown sugar is basically white sugar that has not been bleached yet. So brown sugar is the natural sugar. So they're saying, don't, if not in the shopping cart, it wouldn't make it its way in your house. In other words, don't put sugar in your shopping cart if you can, avoid it. Drink more water. Pray. I can do
Hallelujah.
all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Philippians.
All right now.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
All right, so now we're going to look at of what exercise can do for us, and then we'll look to see and what carbohydrates do for us. So nutrients that use for our energy. Carbohydrates primary form used for energy. Fats and proteins need to use to a lesser degree. So we have carbohydrates, right, which are sugar, starches, fibers, and cellulose. And then for fat, we have fatty acid, triglycerides, and then of course, protein. That's what we use for energy, or we need for energy. So over here, as you can see, I have this kind of like a chart here. And it's getting a little technical, so be a little patient with me here. Sugars are the building blocks of carbohydrates. They pair up. Okay, the word ending in OOSE, O-S-E, as you can see, we have lots of them there. It's probably a sugar. For example, glucose, fructose, galactose, maltose, sucrose, lactose. These are all pairs. Notice they're all pairs. Okay. Intermediate length chains of glucose are called starches. So notice down below we have the starches there. Longer chains of glucose are called fibers. So if you notice at the bottom, the longer chains, all those red chains going across, those are fibers, and we have starches, less, and of course, we've got all the toses with being sugar. All right, so let's understand more about carbohydrates. Glucose is the primary fuel, meaning simple sugar, usually found in combinations of starches, okay, for intermediate length changes. For example, as you can see here, resistant starches, where's the resistant starches here? Let me see if I could find it, are usually heat break bonds and examples of beans, rice, and potatoes. Here they are to the left. Then we have soluble fiber forms gel in the intestines, which then gives us cellulose. And then we have fructose. It's a non-essential fuel. And you have galactose is another non-essential fuel. Non-essential, meaning, do we really need it? So here we have the maltose with paired up, and we can have, for the sources, we have an abundant, we have beverages, beer, cereal, grain, pasta, potatoes. All of that is broken down into glucose. The sucrose paired up, and what are they? There are many plants, such as roots and fruits that are ripe. And then that is broken into glucose and fructose. Then we have lactose, also paired up. And this, what is that? That is milk products, broken down into glucose and galactose. And then we have starches.
What I have trouble with.
Starches. Notice there's a long chain of starches. What are they? Potatoes, rice, pasta, and many plants. And that's broken into glucose. And then, of course, we have the end products of the carbohydrates digestion, which is glucose and fructose. So there we have there. So the maltose is broken down into what?
Glucose.
Right. And then the sucrose is broken down into what?
Glucose and sucrose.
Right.
And fructose.
Right. And then for the lactose, that's broken down into glucose. And of course, the starches is broken down into glucose also. And what do we get? The end product, we get glucose and fructose. All of that is broken down into those two areas.
Now I get gas. Terrible.
So let's look at what these two things do to us. So they said 80% of the glucose is for
Burn forever.
burnt for energy 80% burnt for energy by every cell of the body. So how is glucose used in the body? They're saying 80% burnt for energy. 20% what goes where?
To
Look
the
where it
liver.
goes. To your liver, right? Pretty dangerous there. It's converted to what is glycogen. The body can store infinite quantity. And what happens? We now get what?
Liver disease.
The body can store infinite quantity without liver disease. It cannot get out of the liver without what? Hormones.
Hormones.
33% is stored as fat. That's the glucose, okay? Fructose, however, cannot be used in native form. It all has to do with the metabolized in the liver. So they're saying 0% is used for energy when it comes to fructose. No cell receptors for fructose. 100% of the fructose goes to the liver. Multiple metabolic pathways. It causes liver disease, fatty liver disease, non-alcoholics.
Cirrhosis.
We've got liver cancer and cannot get out of the liver with what? Without hormones. Without. Here we have fructose and how it's metabolized in the liver. Let's look at that. They're saying the fructose, here, let's look at it better here. They're saying agave. I use this instead of sugar now in my tea in the morning. It's a syrup. It's 12% glucose and 50% fructose. Then we have the turbinado sugar, which is 99% sucrose or 49% of the fructose. Brown sugar, 95%. 1% glucose, 1% fructose, but it's 48% of that.
But what do you do when you can't do none of this?
What is the question?
I have a hard time. I like sugar, but I have acid reflux real bad, and it's the lactose that bothers me.
It bothers you, okay. Then we have honey, which is 30% glucose and 41% fructose. And then we have a maple syrup. If you use it for your pancakes, 58% sucrose, 2% glucose, and 1% fructose. We have molasses, 29% sucrose, 12% glucose, 13% fructose. Okay.
Oh, great. Thank you. I got plenty of honey.
All right. So how does the fat, how does it go? Our bodies convert what? Excess energy to fat. Where fat is made, it makes a difference. Fat made in white adipose tissues, that's where they're made. And that's associated with improved our health and longevity. Fat made in the liver is associated with the cardiovascular disease. It increases the insulin resistance and premature death. Glycogen, right? Spelled Glucagon, release triggered by fasting. They're saying that the epinephrine release is triggered by the big bear, fight or flight, whatever that means.
Yeah, know what that means.
Okay, then we have fat is made as an adipose tissue, which is glucose, and then we have fat made in the liver, becomes glucose and fructose. And that's done by research back in 2012. So now we're going to look at glucose molecules and recognize what is called a pinwheel shape. Okay, so this glycogen molecule, which is a cross-dimensional view of glycogen, is a core of protein, right? Surrounded by branches of glucose units. The entire globular complex may contain approximately about 30.0 glucose units. And these are medical terms, and I'm not a medical person. I really don't know how to break it down to you, but they're just showing you, if you can get the picture of it, where it's actually saying that there are two chains of glucose, two branches. There's the glycogen, and then there's the glucose. And the liver just releases the glycogen. That's what the liver does. Now, when it comes to sugar substitutes, if you notice, these are all the various types of sugar substitutes here. It increases the insulin and leptin resistance and make us feel hungry, so we eat more. So when we like saccharin, for example, when we put that as stevia, it just makes us, it increases the leptin, which makes us feel hungry and eat more. So is it really helping?
No.
No. Nope.
Here's some more sugar substitutes. The stevia reduces the stevia does. It does not cause sweet cravings. It reduces the blood sugar, the insulin resistance, and triglyceride, I think is how it's pronounced. It stimulates the insulin secretion. It helps to lower blood sugar, and it does not have negative effects or on the metabolism on others have under non-bitter variety deviants. So
that's what I used. That's what I used, Teresa, stevia.
Stevia. So that's not so bad, they're saying. It really isn't so bad.
None.
All right. So now we're going to actually talk about, let's talk about your experiences with sugar. You can, unmute yourself, and we can, do it one by one and just talk about what sugar, how are we handling our sugar at this stage in our lives?
Hi, this is Angela. I've tried monk fruit and something called erythritol. Do you have any information on that?
Not on this slide, I don't.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe, do you want to share with us why you tried it and what's your results? Hello?
It's supposed to be a natural sweetener. I don't have any other information on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Teresa.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good. Hi, Juliet.
This is Juliet, Chris.
Yeah.
First, Teresa, are you okay? You and your family down there in Florida?
Well, I made a trip into Georgia to avoid, so I'm safe. I did leave my kids there. They're fine. Everybody is
Praise God.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
Is in the darkness, but that's okay.
Okay.
They have we have a generator, so everything is fine there as far as that. Now, my very good friends that are in the Fort Myers areas, I'm not hearing from them at all.
Okay.
No communication.
They got hit.
So they have no power. Another quick
power.
thing, Teresa, I've been sending you an email about me and Yvonne because we were dancing with the senior stars. I don't know how many people online attend that event last Tuesday at the library. So during our absence, that's what we were doing. We practiced for 2 months. And I did send you some pictures, Teresa, if you could please check your email. But it was fun. And I hope they will do that production again, and it would inspire more seniors to come out and do Dancing with the Senior Star. It was just beautiful. Thank you.
Need to do a presentation on that.
Yes, I'm on, Juliet. I'm one of the.
Yvonne, thank
Juliet.
you.
It was wonderful at the MLK Library in the auditorium, Dancing with the Senior Stars.
Oh, y'all need to do a presentation on that.
Yes, it was under the DC Department of Aging and Community Living.
We're going to do our presentation after you. How's that? Huh? After you.
Right.
So-
We're getting into that presentation stage now in October.
Teresa, it's so good seeing you. I see you
Oh,
have a
well,
new
that would
look
be
and
a good
everything.
thing. Yes. Yeah, we can present that and maybe get $100 award or $50.
There you go, Yvonne. There
Okay,
you go.
Yvonne.
There
So
you go.
sorry to
Sign up.
get off the subject. I have to do another Zoom at 2:00. But I just had to share that with you, Teresa. I love you. I thank you for sharing what you do. And people, please be patient with her and don't be so hard on her sometimes.
That's
Okay,
right.
please
Yes.
back
That's
to
right.
the subject
you,
of sugar.
Juliet.
Thank you very much, guys. I
Thank you.
appreciate
All right.
that.
Miss Teresa, this is Kim Johnson. I got a question for you.
Go ahead,
Uh,
Kim.
Why is it that the non-sweetener, like the fructose and all of that stuff that's in the foods, why does that taste? To me, it tastes sweeter than regular sugar.
It
Because
does.
of the chemicals that they put in it. It's more to make you feel as if you're actually enjoying the sweetness. So it's a chemical that's put there basically, and it's dangerous. It's more
okay.
dangerous. It is by far more dangerous than the actual sugar itself.
Okay, and let me ask you another question. I don't know if you showed this or not. I probably missed it. What are some of the words that when you look at a product, you can tell it's sugar? What's some of the words?
Yeah, we covered that. It was
Yes.
POSE.
OSE.
Okay.
It ends with OSE.
OSE.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that's why I don't even use any kind of sugar.
Um,
I use brown
I'm
sugar.
actually going to share the screen again so you can
Mm-mm.
see it again.
Okay. I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Here it is. I'm going to share it right now. So these are all related to the sugar field. Can you see it?
Not
No,
yet.
not yet. Not
It's
yet.
not
Yeah,
showing
It's
yet?
still loading.
No.
Yeah,
Still loading.
Yeah,
I
I
can
don't see it.
I
Mine's
see
I
it.
still
don't see it.
bumping.
it says glucose,
still bumping.
fructose.
Yep.
Chemistry. Yes.
Right,
It
right.
Okay,
says
mine is
still
not showing at all.
Carbohydrate
It's still
chemistry.
bumping.
Mhm,
Yeah, it still says loading screen, sharing screen.
mhm.
No,
Oh,
I
it's
can,
there.
And
I can see,
chemistry.
some of
chart.
us see it.
So some of you are seeing it and others are not.
Not
Yeah,
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
see it at
I'm
all.
seeing
I
it.
don't either.
Carbohydrate chemistry. That's what's on the
I'm
screen
going
now.
to stop sharing and then share again, just for the
Okay,
sake of it.
thank you, Miss Teresa.
Hello,
Hello.
is this
It's fit-
Miss Teresa?
Yes,
No.
So I had a question. My name is Darius Jones. I had a question.
go ahead.
What drinks are we supposed to drink being a diabetic?
Water.
None of them.
Cranberry juice,
Water.
Water.
I can't hear her. I mean,
Unsweetened
I
coffee.
can't hear her.
Ask
They-
your doctor.
they-
Ask your doctor.
They, in fact, yes.
I'm
ask the
asking
doctor, but
her.
to be
Mhm.
honest with you, to tell you, for the last 6 months, I haven't been drinking any juices. Only thing I drink is water or tea. I have my tea in
Because-
the morning, but that's the only thing that I'm drinking unless I'm doing something like a smoothie made out of spinach and banana
Oh, yes,
and
that's
barley
so good.
max. But
Yeah.
any drink during the day is water, 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 water.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
reason why
yeah.
I was asking, because my doctor got me drinking Glucerna to control my sugar.
Have
Wow.
you drinking what? I'm sorry.
Turner.
Glucerna
Glucerna.
is to control my sugar. That's what I drink every day, Glucerna.
It's good for some people, but
Yeah.
not for all diabetics.
Like
I
myself,
was,
I'm a type 2 diabetic and but I'm lactose intolerant. So Glucerna is made out of milk products, which I can't take.
Right.
But
It's not good for
I do use stevia and monk fruit, and and my A1C is steadily coming down.
Wow,
Wonderful, wonderful.
wonderful.
I don't use any sugar substitute or otherwise.
Mhm.
I eat the smoothies made out of spinach, like she said.
Yeah.
And
That's
at
breakfast.
first I did not like them, but I love them now.
Good.
You know, you
I'm
can be
addicted to
creative.
sugar.
You know, you can be creative when you make your smoothie, but I can only put a half a banana in my smoothie because one is too much sugar, one whole banana.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
I can use a small banana, but not a big one.
Oh,
Now, you know what? Bananas
I
don't
didn't
even
know
bother
that.
my sugar.
I didn't know that with bananas. I eat
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah,
I
bananas
have
They
very
do with
high in
some
sugar.
people.
Yeah,
Banana has a
one
lot of
large
sugar.
banana has 14 grams of sugar in it.
Oh
Mm,
my
Right.
goodness.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Goodness.
I
It
use
does.
banana in mine. Banana, blueberry, strawberry, spinach.
You have to
But
work.
that's what they suggest we eat.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but
Yes.
you have to
It-
look it up for yourself.
I did. I looked, they said half
I
a
think that's
banana.
because your
Not,
body
or
can
a half a
digest
banana or
better.
a small banana, but not a
I
big,
believe
large
that's what
banana.
that is.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
I'm
You
glad I
have to
was
be,
informed. I'm glad
guys,
I'm informed today.
you have to
Because I
be
eat
careful.
bananas.
My
Can
doctor told
I
me you
wanna,
can
I
cut
wanna,
the banana in half.
I
Eat
wanna
half
say
of it, eat the
something.
other half in the
Yeah.
next morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't eat
Be-
the whole banana, eat half.
Yeah, that's
Can
what
I
I
say
put it in
something?
there. Yeah.
I
But
see.
yeah, my
Yes.
fruit.
Now I have diluted the juice a little bit. So it
Yeah.
cuts with water and juice, maybe just to kind of get the little taste and flavor.
Yeah.
That works for
Well,
me. I'm also going to the diabetic clinic at Howard, Dr. Bland, and
Yeah, I
lost
know
100
her.
pounds.
I drink Crystal Light
Yeah.
sometimes.
Nah,
I
that
drink
light is chemical.
grapefruit juice, but like
Yeah,
she
that
said,
is
I
very
dilute it.
chemical. That's
I
not good.
dilute the grapefruit juice. I love grapefruit juice, so I dilute it,
You can't,
because
you shouldn't be drinking grapefruit juice with some of
That's
the
right.
medical,
That either.
some of
If
the
you
Some
have
of your
hypertension.
medicines. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Now, I'm
Grapefruit.
a diabetic.
The medicine I take, it doesn't bother because I talked to my doctor because I told my doctor everything I do, and she told me what will interact and what will not. But she said grapefruit juice is all right. It's just that grapefruit juice has a lot of sugar in it.
Right.
So what I do is dilute it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, the
I've
pharmacist,
been a
my
diabetic over.
pharmacist and my doctor told me about the grapefruit juice, because I asked them, I asked the pharmacist when I said, well, what does grapefruit do to your, he said, well, actually you can have it. He said, but what you do, drink it 2 hours before you take your medication or 2 hours after you take your medication.
That's me.
Then it won't
After
mess the medication.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
take my medicine in the morning, and like 2 or 3 hours later, that's when I have my glass of grapefruit juice.
Okay.
Right.
Teresa.
Yes.
So what's how much different from the brown sugar and the white sugar? Because I use brown sugar in my coffee, and
They say-
sometimes I don't have the brown sugar. I use my
All right.
syrup, white
So
syrup.
let's go back.
Molasses.
Yeah, the brown sugar is
It's
the
nat-
natural sugar. It's the
Natural.
natural.
So it's no
However,
chemicals
the
in
white
that.
sugar is a chemical.
Chemical,
It's a
right.
natural chemical.
They
Mhm.
take
You want to
everything
put chemicals in your body?
No way.
and
Right.
they
So
take
if you're
out
gonna
all
use
the
sugar,
nutrients.
if you have to use sugar, use brown. If you must use brown sugar,
And Miss James, the brown sugar, it has to be raw sugar, right?
right?
Yeah.
Raw,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Okay.
Non-refined.
And
What
it put a
about
Okay.
better taste to your coffee.
what about cocoa sugar?
Cocoa sugar.
I don't know.
I don't
Mm,
know.
I
never
don't
heard
know
of
about
that.
that.
Yes, at Costco.
And it's
I've
called
never
cocoa. It's
used
made
them.
from cocoa.
Well, I saw it on the shelf, cocoa sugar.
Oh,
It's
okay.
made from the coca leaves or something.
They have one made from the palm too. It's brown, but it's lighter than the regular brown sugar. Also, ladies and gentlemen, remember all the bread and rice and
Right.
potato and all those things that we
Pasta.
eat, they break down right back into sugar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pasta, rice, bread, you name it. So potatoes. So everybody who
Okay.
love those big white potatoes or whatever potatoes,
Yellow.
they all end up as sugar. So they cause a problem just as bad as if you were taking sugar.
Thank you
Now,
for
you know
sharing that,
what?
please. Thank
You
you.
know,
What about
Teresa, you know
organic
what?
sugar? What about organic sugar?
Well, organic
That's the
sugar
raw
is
book.
really sugar grown organically without
Okay.
chemicals. Sugar cane
Okay.
in the open
Okay.
field,
Mhm.
growing wild. Without
Mhm.
any chemicals.
Now, Teresa, I've been a diabetic over 20 years. I had to reteach myself not to use sugar.
Oh.
I drink tea with no sugar, just with lemon. Coffee with no sugar. You
Great.
have to learn to love it.
Yeah.
That's like eating a
learn
boiled
that.
egg with no salt.
I can do it. I don't use that.
My friend comes over here with a pound of muffins. He go to the Safeway every morning and come back with 6 muffins. How many you want? And he know I'm not a sweet eater like that.
Okay.
So when he did, I said, well, give me 2 muffins. I gave him to the guy downstairs. I'm not too keen on too much sweet unless if I'm baking it myself. If I'm baking it myself, like brownies or a cake or something, I want me about 2 pieces of. Most of the time I give them to my neighbors because I just like cooking. I got brownies in there now. I just baked last night with my chili. I ain't gonna eat it. I had 1 piece. That's what I eat.
Thank you for the information, Teresa, and the group.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
provide some of the information they experience. Thank you.
Yes.
May I ask a question?
You
Teresa?
have to really, really be careful
Hello?
with what you eat because
Yeah.
it will turn to sugar. I don't eat a whole lot of pasta, potatoes, or nothing like that. I've been on pills, got off pills, had an infection, got on insulin. They told me I would never get off insulin. The devil is a lie. I ain't on nothing.
Yes,
My A1C
I
is
got on
5.
insulin. Can take
My
that.
A1C is down to 5.
Wow.
All my glucose level, everything. My Dr. King said everything down low. I went there at 175 pounds. He talking about you gonna lose that weight. You on the borderline. I said, no, that's not gonna happen.
I don't blame you.
But you know what I
brain-
find? This is what I find. I find when you live by yourself, it's okay to do that because you're not buying that stuff. But when you live in a house with other people that's cooking stuff like that, potatoes and fries and all of that, it's all about being consistent and being, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Discipline.
Moderation.
Discipline.
That's what it is. Discipline.
Yes.
Say
Yeah, but
no.
sometimes when you smell all that nice food, you just want to
Yeah.
keep some of that.
No,
Yes.
you
Yes,
gotta
that
have
is very true.
willpower.
So the whole
Yeah.
family must be on sugar, off sugar, in order for you to eat healthily. The whole family, the whole household.
That's right. That's right.
Well, you know what, Teresa? They eat that stuff, and I try to tell them they don't listen. Diabetes running my family. Like I told them, you're gonna be in my position one day, and then you're gonna realize you should have listened.
Wow.
I'm dealing with my aide, and she does not want to listen.
She
My
knocked
aide
on
does
my
not want
door
to
and
listen.
gave, what am I gonna do with this?
Oh my goodness.
Send it to me.
Teresa, can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead and ask your
Okay,
question.
this is Adele. In my coffee every morning, I use the raw cane sugar. Is that better than, is that the same as brown sugar? And which is better?
It's raw. It's it has no chemicals whatsoever. It's a natural sugar, dry, they've turned into crystal, basically. But I'll tell you what is better than that. Have you ever tried agave?
No.
I have.
Yes.
Oh
Yes,
man,
I
that's what I use.
I have.
How do you spell it?
But
How do you
Teresa,
spell it?
when you use that, you only
It
use a
tastes
little bit.
terrible.
It's real sweet if you put a
It's
lot in
real
it.
sweet. So
It
instead of
tastes
taking,
terrible.
I
How
would
do you,
normally
how do you
take
spell that?
AGAVE.
It tastes
That's what I use.
On my pen,
what is it?
agave. I
Yeah.
have it, but I don't use it. It tastes terrible.
It tastes
Oh, it's
terrible.
good.
Well, I got used to it.
I got used to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It
got
took
you.
me- it
Teresa,
took me-
what's the difference
yeah.
between
Can
the
we get
blue
that spelling
agave?
again?
Pardon
How's
me?
it spelled?
AGAVE.
AGAVE. I can go get a bottle and bring, if you give me a
AGAVE.
second, I'll go and bring a bottle and show it to you. Give me a second.
Okay.
I tried that thing. I have it in the house. I didn't
What you
like the
say? It's
taste.
nasty.
It
Get my
tastes
camera ready.
AGAVE.
Some
It tastes
people can't
terrible.
get used to the taste. but
Agave.
It wouldn't
AGAVE.
taste good.
You get the raw kind, it's nasty. If you get the raw kind,
I'll
One of
stick
the-
to no sugar.
I think
Oh,
the taste
okay.
was horrible.
I've been
I
using it
cannot
for a
see.
long time and it tastes
Eh,
okay with
okay.
me.
You like
Okay.
it because you get
Yeah.
used
I'll
to it.
stick to no sugar at all.
I guess I have to get used to it.
It
I
comes,
probably would because I like trying
it
different
comes in
things.
a syrup too. See, it comes in a syrup
Ew.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
pancakes.
Yeah, that's it.
This is
That's just
what I
wonderful.
can
My
read off
coffee.
the label of, this is what it looks like.
Oh,
I use
yeah.
the light.
Oh, right.
Like,
Mhm.
I buy it at Aldi's. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
about
You see it? Yeah, it's cheaper there.
$5
Yeah.
or almost $6 for this bottle.
store.
Yeah, yeah, $5.99. It's $5.99 at Safeway.
Okay.
Let me see it.
Yeah,
I
you got
got
the
it.
organic one.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Uh-huh.
I can't see it.
No.
You can't
I
see
got
it?
it.
No,
Yeah.
I
I
You
see
know
don't
what
you
else
all,
they
but I
make
don't
out
see
of that
that.
plant?
Say
You know
it
they
again.
holding
It's
it up.
over here under the
Yeah.
Miss Teresa's
Teresa's
picture.
holding it up.
She's
Hey,
holding it up.
hey,
It
Teresa,
has
you know
60
they make
calories per 60 calories per serving.
uh-huh.
AGAVE.
E-E.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what else they make? They make tequila out of that same plant.
They do?
Ew.
Wow.
Mm.
Ew.
Yeah.
And they're saying 1 teaspoon is a serving. So if
Yep,
Uh-huh.
that's all you
I
need is a little
I might
bit.
have to get some of that for my
1
pancakes.
I don't need that.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get
I use less than 1 teaspoon.
That's
though.
right.
I use like half a teaspoon.
Wow.
Hey, Teresa, do you use it on pancakes?
You
Ew.
could, but I don't
Yeah, you
use it on
can.
that. Yeah. The best
I
thing to use
can
on
too.
pancakes is get the fresh blueberries and
Uh-huh.
just stew that, or
Uh-huh.
strawberries, and eat that on pancakes, and you're getting the fresh,
Oh,
the
okay.
real, yeah, instead
Cause
of.
there's sugar in the pancake, in the
Exactly.
blueberries and on the.
Teresa, that sounds like something you can put in your smoothie.
Well,
That's what I do.
Put
That's
it
what
in
I
your
do. I put
smoothie.
it a little bit in there.
About a dab in the smoothie
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
spinach and the
Yeah.
green, the
Yeah. For me,
I'll
blueberries.
stick to my no sugar.
yeah, for my smoothie, I
I
put
gotta
a little,
have
I
to
put
try. I
like a
have to try.
tablespoon of,
I'm a person like to try everything new.
yeah. Yeah, to get triglycerides in my smoothie, I put like a tablespoon of coconut oil in there. Because
Oh.
you need triglycerides, right? So I
Oh,
take
I
a
need that.
tablespoon of coconut oil and put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Like,
And cooking with it
They
too.
said it. They
Cooking with
said it prevents
oil.
Alzheimer's. They said
Yeah.
it helped to prevent Alzheimer's if you put the coconut.
Yeah,
oil.
yeah.
oh,
Is
And
the
that is
coconut oil
You can
smooth?
put it in your oatmeal also, 1 spoon.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
right. But they
But
still
is it-
haven't, that's not confirmed yet with that coconut thing. I know everybody's been going on that coconut thing in Alzheimer's, but it's not
Uh-huh.
been confirmed.
But look, my mother died at 102 last year, sound mind, and she would be
Wow.
103 on this month, the 25th of this month. She was 102 and 2 months, sound mind, and we eat coconut oil from back in Jamaica all our lives. And
Yeah.
look, she lived. I mean, what can I say? There's nothing to fight that.
Yeah.
So I don't use
Wow.
it. I don't use it every day,
Uh-huh.
but I do try it in my oatmeal.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes if I make some greens too.
Yeah. Sister, this is what I do. So like today I use the coconut oil. Tomorrow I'll put a half of an avocado in my smoothie.
Yes, I
Oh.
do too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really put
that has
sugar.
good fats too.
Yeah. And if you put a half a banana in there, you don't need the sugar. Really.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, I
Right.
do that too. Yeah.
So William, I see you have your virtual background.
Oh, I already had. Hey, you know what? Well, I already had my own Zoom account, right? So,
Okay.
So that's why when I first got on it, because I have meetings on Zoom during the week.
Okay.
So it was, but yeah, that one and when like some of the lessons you taught I already knew, but and then you taught me some stuff that I didn't know, so that was a good thing.
Oh no, you
Okay.
could keep
Yeah.
on talking because I'm
Okay.
not going to take
So
time on
Juliet, it's so nice to have you back on board. We're
I'm
trying now.
just gonna see
DASCO
can
wants
I
us to
check
get
out
all
that
500 from last year back on board because we're starting some whole new programs. So we want to get this year and last year back together.
Yeah, because I was holding.
So we'll see what happens.
Hey, yeah. Hey, look, I got a meeting, friend, so I have to roll.
All right, William, it's nice to see you.
All right,
Yes.
Teresa.
All right, have a nice day.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Teresa, I
When
wanted to
the
add
Shian
something.
people get on there, Shanice. Hold on.
Mute yourself
The
if you're on the
sugar.
phone.
The sugar in the banana, it is advisable to eat a banana that is not overripe, because when it is overripe, it is
Sweeter.
full of sugar. Yes, if it's not as ripe, you stand a better chance. It's not as you don't have as much sugar intake. If it's overripe, like my Jamaican friends, you can make some fritters with it.
Banana bread.
Just cut it up and yes, you can do that. That is for non-diabetics, but I'm a diabetic, but I have changed my eating habits, and now I've brought down my A1C to 5.1.
All right.
And it used to be in double digits.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yes.
No.
I was very, very bad. That's why I've lost my limbs and my eyesight and all these kinds of things. But I didn't know I was a diabetic. And so I kept on going as normal. And it really messed me up. But as you can see, I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm here talking with you guys.
That's good.
So you had to change your eating habits for.
Yes, I had to. I moved from 265 pounds and now I'm 140.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
That's great. You got to have that willpower.
Oh my goodness.
And you cannot give.
It was hard. Let me tell you, it was very, very hard. But I have a supportive family, so and that's why I told you I had to ban some of them from coming, because they come. I come from a family where everybody comes, and our thing is we eat. We have to have rice and the potatoes and the whatever and the roti and pilau and all of this sort of thing. I had to say, no, you can't come. I'm sorry, because my health is going down. I had to stop all my stuff, all my choirs, all my going out to play. I had to start bringing my food with me, because I would go, and wherever I go, I had to eat what they had, which was not good for me. So, but I learned, and now I'm doing much better. Thank you.
Yes.
They say brown rice is better for you.
Anybody else is able to reverse their diabetes? Anyone else in the team that's been reversing?
Me.
Go ahead and tell us that.
Well, what I did was, like I said, I went to Howard's clinic and found out that I had sugar, and that was part of some of my problems. And they have a where they give you a diabetic diet, and of course I don't keep to it as all of it, but I have learned to eat in moderation, and I've learned to eat in it's like she said, you can have a little treat. And I've lost 140 pounds, and I bake cakes for to make extra money. So what I do is that my Miss Dr. Bland laughs. She says, "How do you manage to do that?" I said, "I get everybody else to taste it."
I met her.
My neighbors seem to know when I'm baking something different, and they knock on the door, and then I spread it around. But it's a progress, and you have to make up your mind. You have to learn how to sacrifice, and you have to learn how to compromise with yourself, and not do things that you just don't go on a binge like, okay, I'm going to eat mashed potatoes and apple pie and cake, and at Thanksgiving I'm going to eat everything on the thing. Okay, if you do that, then for the next 4 days you're on a real strict diet.
Yeah.
But it's just moderation and learning. And I like all my limbs. I want to leave here with everything that God gave me.
Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else wants to talk about their diabetes issue?
Yes, my name is Carolyn Francisco.
Go ahead, Carolyn.
In 2019, I had diagnosed with cancer. And then before I had the surgery, my A1C was 9.9. So they couldn't even do the surgery then because the diabetes was so, the A1C was so high. And they had to work with me, work on. So they told me that if I didn't get my A1C down, they go put me in the hospital full time to get the diabetes in control before they can have the surgery. So I asked her what they have to do. So she said, well, you go home and you give up all bread, all starchy foods, all sweets, and all junk food. And so our church was doing a fast every January. They do the fast for 30 days. And the sweets in the fast, Lord and behold, was no sweets, no meats, no junk food, nothing like that. So that was right on time. So I told the church members what I had to go through and all. And believe me, I went on that fast for 21 days. When I went on the fast, my A1C came down. My blood pressure came down. Right to the day 2019, this is 2022. They had to change my pressure medicine. I'm on a lower dose of blood pressure medicine. So everything fell in line. So and I lost weight. So ever since then, I've been doing that. Now I was gone for 2 weeks. I went on August, September 3rd. I went to South Carolina because I hadn't been down there for a while. And the first one went down there without death and funerals. And my family knew it. They were so glad to have me come down. So believe me, every day I was eating 4 different kinds of vegetables because I told them that's what I've been doing here. I eat very little meat. I don't eat no meat at all on Wednesday. But I eat chicken and fish when I eat something. Most of bacon broil. But when I was down there, they had my 4 veggies. I cheated sometimes, especially that pound cake. I cheated sometimes, but not much. But I came back here and got back on my thing with vegetables. I ate some fruit like blueberries, strawberries, or like say I have banana. But I feel so much better. And not only on that, they was going to do knee surgery on me, but the cancer doctor said, if you get about 50 pounds off, you might not have to have it because it's arthritis in your knee. They cannot cut out arthritis or anybody food you. So he said they can't cut it out, go spray it. So I can walk better. I mean, I am so much better. And I'm so grateful. And I stayed on it. And like she was saying, doing cooking, Christmas and Thanksgiving for dinner used to be at my house. But last year before that's at my daughter's house. And when I had to bake for them, because she don't bake, she can cook everything else, no bake. So I baked it. And what I did was everybody got everything they wanted. I bought just a small piece of pie home for me, a smaller piece of cake home for me. But even when I bake something for them now, I don't keep nothing in my house because if I did, I was going to eat it. And another thing I did, this is the most important thing I did. I was on Pepsis. And when I say I was on Pepsis, I was drinking 3 or 4 Pepsis a day. Doing all that time, I was killing myself. So when I went to the kidney doctor told me, say, you give up this pill called meloxicam and the dark sodas. I'm like wondering, how do he know I'm drinking dark sodas? I forgot he was a kidney doctor, put the machine over my whole kidneys and see. And so I had to pray about that. I do not drink Pepsis no more. And I was drinking 3 or 4. Yes, I was drinking 3 or 4 a day, but I don't drink Pepsis no more.
Oh my goodness. So you were adding like 300 to 400 sugar, your daily sugar intake, 4 times your daily sugar intake every day.
Yes, because you give me a Pepsi in the morning time. I didn't need nothing else. Just give me a Pepsi. I could do whatever work I need to do. They give it by 10
That
o'clock.
was me too.
They give me
Mine was
one.
Fanta.
Yep. So I really thank God. And my prayer every morning, when I pray for diabetics, I pray for the strength for them and give them the power over eat. I do the serenity prayer over food. I always do it.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Anne.
that.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
I want to add that for any of you who are suffering from arthritis, I suffer from it. If you take turmeric root, you know, the turmeric root, and you boil it and make it become a tea. Put a little bit of ginger in it, fresh ginger.
Spell that. T-U-M-E-R-C.
And you will get relief. Will get relief.
And
Well,
that's true
Wow.
because I sprinkle
well,
turmeric on my food sometimes. I sprinkle a little turmeric on my food.
mhm.
When I'm eating, I put a little turmeric, got a little salt and pepper shake. But also it's a cream that my granddaughter ordered. And it says turmeric oil, coconut oil, and
I
lemon
have
oil.
it.
You do?
Here's my turmeric.
Yes, I
Yeah,
have
and I
it in
use
my
that on my
food,
legs and my knees.
Mhm.
and it works miracles.
See my
Yes.
turmeric?
Yep, I can see.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Mhm.
I
It helps
told you,
with
I said,
arthritis.
yes, it
It
does.
does.
Really does.
It really
I
Teresa,
does.
can I just
last
ask you
week,
another question?
go ahead, Kim.
Is it possible to have a nutrition to come on like on a Tuesday or Thursday to talk with us?
Yes, we're working on that very right now. In fact, in our
Thank
Thank
meeting
you. God
yesterday with
bless
Jackal,
you.
we are getting a nutrition to come on board. That is part of
Teresa, you are
the
on the
next
one.
plan.
Yes, you are.
You are
Love you
on the
so
one.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, we
We
really
have to
do
do
need
something
that.
for Teresa. We have to do
Don't you,
something for
don't you
her.
Yes.
ever leave
She
us.
is really
Thank
a
you.
joy to work with.
Yes, she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Thank you
And if
very much.
anybody step out of line,
Exactly what
Teresa,
we
I got
need.
your back.
Who's that say? Who's got my back?
I do, Sandra Edwards. I got your back.
Well, thank you, Sandra. Yes,
Thank
word
you.
got back to the office yesterday saying that some seniors called and said how some seniors had me in, in a real tizzy
That's
yesterday.
right. I got your back. They don't know. I might not used to be able to walk, but I'm walking there, y'all.
All right.
I got an
Oh, my-
upright walker. Don't make me go.
Walk with the Lord. Walk
So
with
we've
the
got a
Lord.
lot of interesting
Oh.
things coming for the fall. We're gonna, and now that we're gonna, actually, I'm gonna be doing 2 sessions, one in the morning and one in the afternoon.
Oh,
In the
good.
morning is going to be for advanced learners, and in the afternoon, those who are still in the learning phase.
Oh wow.
I'll be at both of them.
That's
Wait,
coming up towards
wait.
the
I
end of
missed that. I
October.
missed that.
Okay, so in the morning, I'll be teaching advanced classes on any topic, and then in the afternoons, just what
Oh
I've been
wow.
doing all along.
I'll be
That's
at both
good.
of them.
Right,
That's
I am
good.
getting 2 assistants to help me. I have Alex
Good.
doing my attendance, and then I have IJ who's going to be getting in touch with seniors who are no shows. So I've got a good team. They've given me a good team, so I'm moving forward. I'll be more in the teaching and researching mode to get more information out of you, get more vendors in to enlighten you.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
that
whole
sounds good.
idea is to get seniors to live healthier and
Yep.
feel a sense
Yeah.
of inclusion.
Yep.
That's the whole idea of this program.
Yes.
Using
That sounds
Teresa,
good.
can I ask you something?
Go ahead, Brenda.
Teresa, now when Alex has the library sessions, is that for a specific area that you need help with, or does he kind of go over all of the modules? How does that
No,
work?
he goes with whatever your needs are.
Okay,
Whatever you say you need
Okay.
help with, he will show you.
okay,
That's what
All
that's
right.
about. Yeah.
Great,
Any question you
okay.
take to him. If you want to
Okay.
learn how to add a printer to your iPad, he will help you with that.
okay.
That
And
kind
you know what, Teresa, he's a jewel because he is so
Yes, he
patient with the
is.
seniors.
Just like Miss
Yes.
Teresa.
His attitude, I mean, he is just so kind with the patients. I really appreciate him. I appreciate you too.
Well, thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
For a young person, though, you got to give it to him for a young person.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've been on
yeah.
this job for a while, and not too many young people can come and work with this age group.
Tell
Not
me
many.
about it.
No,
Right.
it can't.
Right.
So he's
Yes.
a godsend. He's a godsend.
Yes, he
really
is.
So we're
Yes.
keeping him, and we start our new contract actually the 1st of October. We're moving forward with better programs, more staff, and twice-a-day classes coming up.
Okay. So
Teresa,
will that start
Teresa.
October 1st, the morning and evening
No,
class?
I am still writing those classes right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Get towards
Okay.
the second to
That's
last week
future.
of October is when I'll
For
start
the
the
future.
morning. Yeah,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
working on getting it developed right now. I've got to write the curriculum. I've got to get the research in place and get the vendors also to come in.
Okay.
So,
Sounds good.
That sounds great.
okay,
Yep.
so good
Teresa,
to see all, yes,
when we gonna start playing them games you were talking about?
games,
Mm-hmm.
what game? Remind me.
You were
Remind me
talking
of
about,
it.
you played some games on here? or
No,
something?
Sandra, that was the library guy. That was Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Jordan
Okay.
said that.
My mistake.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
Jordan said that
I know
he would be
somebody
doing.
said it, but I wasn't
But I'll
sure.
tell you one thing I'm going to do for the holidays. We're going to have what is called what's that thing you call again, Denise? Denise, are you there where we have you sing? Denise Jackson.
Oh, yeah,
You can sing and yeah,
karaoke.
karaoke. So get yourself
Okay.
ready.
Oh,
We're gonna have
Lord.
karaoke. And we give
Oh,
away,
wow.
yeah, we give away good gifts. Really
Yeah,
good.
you
Oh,
do.
wow.
Very good gifts. Oh yeah, we give away laptops, printers, all different
Wow.
things on that karaoke.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
We do.
Notebook,
Yes.
notebook,
Really good
laptop.
books. Yeah. So get ready.
Oh,
That's
wow.
gonna
That's
be
good.
like our holiday. Maybe the first week in December we'll do something like that, and that's like
Yeah.
our holiday celebration giveaway thing.
Oh,
And
okay.
Oh, right.
you get door prizes.
Yeah, it's real nice, real
So
nice.
you mean I can quit my day job now?
Keep that in mind, you all.
Well,
The
I
practice
wanted
is
Teresa,
begin.
thank you.
I wanted
That's the case,
Teresa.
all of us are quit.
I wanted Teresa's
Hello?
old
Miss Teresa?
classmates. I've
Oh,
been with
yeah,
you,
Denise.
Teresa, about a year next month.
Yep,
Yes,
you've been
about a
around
year.
that long. You and Juliet.
Wow.
Yes, been around that long.
I
And
think I'm
been
muted.
coming on faithfully.
I think I'm muted. I
Been
got some
coming
information
on
today.
faithfully in.
I think all of them, because I'm on this one 4 times today.
Okay,
And I
guys, so
love.
I'm gonna say goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right,
All
happy
Thank you,
holidays.
That's all
Teresa.
we got.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Teresa.
Enjoy your
God
Have a
bless
nice
weekend.
everyone.
weekend.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.